Hey guys, it's Inkeater, and tonight is VAMN, Vinyl and Music News. And I thought we would lean more towards the music news this side because I've got a juicy nugget that I've had since last month that I haven't been able to share. And I've been dying to share, except for I've been kind of brain dead, kind of dealing with all the new changes in life. And that's going awesome, let me tell you. Just really a lot of good vibes, and a lot of good things, and a lot of nerdy things, and a lot of creating is happening in the coding land, in the creative land, and it's like 2 thumbs up. But moving on from that fact, I wanted to talk about the Happy Birthday song. And apparently, Warner Music does not own the copyright to Happy Birthday, or at least that's what this company's trying to argue, which they might actually be successful in. So, Warner Music has owned the copyright, supposedly, to Happy Birthday for the longest. And there's a company called Good Morning to You Productions who's trying to produce a documentary on the Happy Birthday song, which I'm totally interested in. Nerdy Alethea is kind of gung-ho about the Happy Birthday song documentary just because I like to know about music. And I thought you guys might want to know about it too. And so they're trying to argue that no, this song's in the public domain and you guys are crazy. And so Warner Music said, okay, fine, prove it. So Warner Music had to give the plaintiffs access to about a 500 document database, of which, when the plaintiffs went through the database, about 200 documents were just magically, mysteriously not there and unable to be produced. And so, fast forward a little bit, it took about a year, I think, for that to happen. And so the courts were going to be ruling on it soon. And magically, lo and behold, Warner Music produces these 200 documents that they weren't able to produce before. And so the plaintiffs were given a copy of the actual, I guess, sheet music or the original songbook that had supposedly contained this song, which had listed a copyright date of, I believe it was either 1927 or 1935. I can't remember. I'll leave you guys the article down below. But as a result, they received the sheet music, and it was kind of interesting because right below the title, Good Morning and Happy Birthday, was a line which usually tells you the copyright. And that line, out of the whole document, was magically blurred. But the whole rest of the document was kind of in pristine condition, which was kind of like fishy to the people that were sitting there and looking at it. And I don't blame them, because I'd be like, hey, that's kind of funny. So the plaintiffs decided to go and sit there and look for their own version of this original Everyday Songbook. And lo and behold, they found it. And right below the title wasn't a copyright. All it actually said was special permission, courtesy of Clayton F. Sumney Company. Which was just like, that's not a copyright. Where did this 1927 copyright come from? So it turns out, because of the Copyright Act of like 1909, if a piece of music or a sheet music doesn't have a copyright insignia, whether it's a COPR or this little symbol, it's given the copyright date of 1922, which means it's in public domain, and Warner Music probably does not own it, and there's a lot of damning evidence to prove this and back it up, which is kind of crazy. Because when you stop to think about it, Warner's been sitting there, if you're not familiar, Warner's been sitting there and telling people that they need to pay a licensing fee to even use this song anywhere. So that's why most people just refrain from not using it. So they don't have to pay this licensing fee. But it turns out they don't own the rights to the music. So are all these licensing fees bogus? And are all of these people going to be able to get their money back? It's got a lot of questions to it. And I was just curious, what are your guys' thoughts? I'm blown away by this because at the very end of the article, it states that Warner Music makes about $2 million a year on Happy Birthday alone. That to me is just mind-blowing. $2 million! And the song's in public domain. I thought that was crazy for stuff in the music world. I mean, people talk about copyright this, copyright that, about this song, they use this little piece from this little piece, and oh no. But this is pretty major in the world of music, especially the Happy Birthday song. They don't own it. What? Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below if you have any about this. And that's pretty much it. See you tomorrow. Bye!
Whatever it is that you believe you're seeing, it's not real.
Seeing things before they happen. Things are not always what they seem in this place. So you can't take anything for granted.